Have you ever heard the saying, less is more? Well, that also applies to building muscle. We live in a world that glorifies excess. More volume, more hours, more grind. The idea that if you're not constantly training, you're falling behind. But when it comes to muscle growth, the truth is the opposite. Your body doesn't grow while you're training. It grows when you recover. And that's something the smartest and some of the most successful lifters in history understood long before it became popular to say. You see, most lifters believe progress comes from doing more. They chased exhaustion instead of adaptation. 5, 6, 7-day training splits, endless sets, marathon sessions. They mistake fatigue for progress, but fatigue isn't the goal. Stimulus is. Every rep and every set you perform sends a message to your body. We need to adapt. But once that message is sent, doing more doesn't make the message louder. It just digs a deeper recovery hole. Mentzer, one of the most intellectual bodybuilders of all time, called this training beyond the point of productive effort. He believed the key to growth was to stimulate the muscle, not annihilate it. His heavy-duty philosophy centered on the idea that shorter, more intense training sessions, followed by adequate recovery, led to maximum growth. He proved it himself, sculpting one of the most iconic physiques of the golden era, not by doing more, but by doing less, better. Physiologically, Mentzer was right. Muscle growth is triggered by mechanical tension and progressive overload, not by sheer volume. When you push a set close to failure, true failure, you recruit the maximum number of muscle fibers. Beyond that, additional sets just accumulate fatigue. And when fatigue outweighs recovery, you plateau, you stop growing. That's why lifters who train non-stop often look the same year after year. Their bodies never get the time to rebuild. Dorian Yates, 6-time Mr. Olympia champion, built his legendary physique using this exact principle. His workouts were brief, brutal, and surgical. 1 or 2 working sets per exercise, taken to absolute failure. Then you rest, eat, recover. He wasn't in the gym all day. He was there with purpose, and that's why his results were unmatched. Both Mentzer and Yates stood against the mainstream volume-obsessed mentality of bodybuilding. Where others preached more is better, they lived by a different truth. Better is better. Mentzer called it rational intensity. Yates called it blood and guts. Both meant the same thing: precision, effort, and recovery. They trained with intent, not impulse. They didn't chase pump or fatigue, they chased progress. And their success wasn't lucky. It was a natural result of respecting recovery as much as training. Think about it. Every time you train, you're accumulating muscle fatigue. You're literally creating micro damage that needs to be repaired. If you don't give your body the chance to recover, it can't rebuild. That means no growth. Muscle is built when you're resting, not when you're hammering out another unnecessary set. Mentzer used to say, you don't grow in the gym, you grow out of it. Yates echoed that same philosophy. Rest is not a weakness, it's part of the program. Recovery isn't passive, it's strategic. It's as vital as your hardest set. When you scale your training down to 3 or 4 days per week, something powerful happens. Your central nervous system resets, your strength climbs back up. You stop dreading the gym and start dominating it again. Each session becomes more focused. You're not dragging through fatigue, you're attacking each lift with purpose. 2 exercises per muscle group, 2 or 3 all-out sets per exercise. That's all you need. High quality, full intent, maximum effort, and then you recover. This is how Yates built an Olympia-winning mass. This is how Mentzer crafted his dense, aesthetic physique. And it's how you can finally start making progress again. Not by doing more, but by doing less with precision. Overtraining doesn't just stall your progress, it reverses it. Cortisol levels can spike, testosterone can drop, your joints ache, your sleep suffers, and the worst part, your motivation fades. You start dreading what you once loved. That's not discipline, that's destruction. Discipline isn't about pushing endlessly, it's about knowing when to stop. It's about having the control to say that's enough for today because you understand the long game. That's where the Stoic mindset comes in. Not as a philosophy to quote, but as a way to train. Patience, precision, and control. The same restraint that builds the mind also builds the body. In every area of life, the master understands one thing: efficiency beats excess. In business, in art, in training, the elite don't waste effort, they concentrate it. Mentzer and Yates built their programs around this truth. One all-out set performed with perfect form and maximum focus can stimulate more growth than 5 lazy ones. If you truly train hard enough, you won't need more volume. You'll be forced to rest. because the effort was that deep. That's what most people never experience. They think they're training hard, but they're really just training long. Take a look at your current routine. Are you adding exercises just because you saw them on someone else's page? Or are you doing more volume because you think it will make up for a lack of intensity? That's not how growth works. Every exercise you choose should have a purpose. Every set should move you closer to failure. Controlled, focused, intentional. That's the art of training less but achieving more. When you commit to fewer, high-quality sets, you can track progress in strength, form, and recovery. You'll stop guessing and start growing. There's another reason people overtrain: ego. They equate doing more with being more dedicated. But true mastery requires humility. The humility to know when to stop, the confidence to trust recovery. Mentzer often said most people can't stand not doing enough. That's the real challenge: to hold back, to recover, to wait for the way to adapt. That's the mark of maturity in training, not the lifter who constantly burns out, but the one who trains with calm precision and consistency, year after year. Rest isn't weakness, it's a weapon. It's the phase where your body consolidates all your hard work. Sleep deeper, eat smarter, manage stress. That's how you unlock consistent, sustainable growth. Even Dorian Yates, known for his ruthless training, would say that the real work happens outside the gym. He treated recovery like an athlete treats practice: structured, intentional, non-negotiable. So take that mindset with you. Don't be afraid to rest. Be afraid to waste effort on unnecessary work. Ask yourself, what's better: 6 months of overtraining and burnout, or 6 years of steady, sustainable growth? The answer's obvious, but few people have the patience for it. If you can learn to balance intensity with recovery, your physique won't just grow, it will evolve. You'll look fuller, stronger, and more capable year after year. That's the difference between training like a fitness influencer and training like a professional. Mentzer and Yates trained for longevity. They weren't chasing the next pump, they were chasing the next level. And that's what you should aim for too. At its core, this isn't just a training philosophy, it's a life philosophy. Do less, but do it better. You don't need to be in the gym every day. You don't need 20 sets per muscle group. You need focus, intensity, and time to recover. In training and in life, mastery is about subtraction, removing the unnecessary, refining the essential. And that's what this entire approach is about: precision over chaos. So the next time you step into the gym, park, or the court, remember this: you don't grow because you train more. You grow because you recover better. Take a page out of Mentzer's book. Channel discipline of Yates. Train with intent, recover with purpose, and watch your body transform. Because in the end, less isn't the opposite of more. It's the smarter version of it. So train hard, recover hard, and never forget, mastery isn't about doing more. It's about doing enough perfectly.